Flosstube. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Colleen and this is Lochabay Stitches and this is Flosstube number 34. It's been a while, right? So I'll just take the first few minutes to kind of catch up with what's been going on with like life, where I've been, all that kind of good stuff. Have loads to show you today. Unfortunately, yeah, it's been kind of a rough 6 months. Health-wise, family-wise, like all kinds of like up and downs. The hive situation really hasn't gotten any better. I've been on many steroids, tons of different medications. Really, honestly, nothing's working. About a week and a half ago, I actually went like 3 days and didn't have any. And I was super hopeful. I was like, hey, maybe something's working. Like I quit eating meat, made a whole bunch of dietary changes, and woke up 2 days ago covered head to toe, lips swollen up. Yesterday it was my eye. Today, like, I'm pretty much covered from the neck down in hives. I even have a hive in my belly button. So so 2023 is going to be a little bit of a weight loss journey. All these steroids, I've gained almost 40 pounds. And I know that in the grand scheme of things, it's not the end of the world, but one, it makes me the queen of the yoga pant because I have no clothes that fit anymore. But you know how you just kind of get to a certain weight and you just feel not good. So I've kind of reached my threshold. So my diet, honestly, I don't think my caloric intake's any greater, but just because of all the medications, my body's just holding on to it. And then some days I just don't feel like exercising, or because of work, I just don't move around a lot. So that doesn't help. But other than that, dogs are good. In the last 6 months, Sam had 1 surgery and Jazz had 2. Sam tore his other dog ACL in his back leg, and then Jasmine somehow tore both of hers at the same time. And rather than do it at the same time, the doctor did one, waited 6 weeks, then did it the other. So that was a long recovery, hauling, because Sam had his done first, was 6 weeks through. Then we did Jasmine. So I had 2 dogs in slings, like walking them around the yard, limited mobility. But Sam's fully recovered. Jazz is almost through her second leg recovery, but they're both doing good. So it's nice to see them back to being able to get around, run, exercise, play. So, but yeah, other than that, like I said, it's just, like one of those patches that you hit in life. So I was shocked when I logged into my YouTube that it had been 6 months. So to anybody that I haven't answered or responded to, I immensely apologize. But yeah, so this was a good time, like I said, to kind of come back. I have a whole bunch of things to show today. I have been doing some stitching when I do feel like it. And it doesn't seem like a lot, but then I looked and I was like, well, it really hasn't been a total waste of time like the last 6 months. So but yeah, so I'm not sure where to start. I have a bunch of frame things. I have some cross stitch rescues that I rescued, some of my own finishes. But I'll start with this one because I'm so excited to finally have it done. You guys are probably going to be like, what? That was like a year ago. But I love how it came out. I was so excited to show it. But this is from Hands On Design. It was the wolf, I have the pattern right here. It was, the wolf block party from Hands On Design. So when I stitched it, I actually swapped out the wool from the that came with the pattern, and I swapped it out with like a green. I had some wool of my own at home with like a green plaid to make it kind of look like grass. That was just my thought. Not that there's anything wrong with the stuff that came with the pattern, but just to kind of do what I wanted to do. But this is how it came out. So I'll show you the side first. So this is the side I always have showing out because both the dogs are sitting at the bowl, so it kind of is like Sam or Jazz. And I'll get a little closer to see if you can see. I bought the buttons that spell out Sam and that spell out Jazz for Jasmine. And then I had a couple little counting pins that were dogs with like their little birthstones. And then behind them is 3 buttons that I got from just another button company, a little heart, a bone, and the little dog. But yeah, I totally love how this came out. I was so excited to finally get it finished. And the funny thing is it's not really a lot of stitching. And if you're ever afraid to try one of these, I'm not really great at finishing, only because I like to be in a hurry to get things done. But this actually, went together really great, how they show you how to do the edge. And I pulled up somebody's video from YouTube to watch it just to make sure I was doing it right. But yeah, I was so excited how that came out. So finally done. And I'm not kidding, if I look back, it's probably been a year since I started this. Pretty close to a year anyway, at least 8 months. But yeah, so from Hands On Design, Block Party Wolf, finished in the books. So yeah, that was part of my WIPGO. So my 2022 WIPGO wasn't a complete bust. I'll show the board probably on my Instagram, like to kind of close out the year end, because I think I can still get a couple more blocks finished. But like I said, when I kind of like look at everything that's happened this year, just being busy and sick and dogs, family life, I did get quite a few things. I still managed to get some stitching time in, so it's not all bad. But yeah, so happy to have that done. So that was part of my my WIPGO board. And let me see, another one that was on my WIPGO board. This isn't completely finished, but it's cross stitch finished. This was from 𝗪𝗧𝗪𝗧𝗪𝗧. I think it was called the Winter Dreamer. I should have something put behind it to see better. But I did mine on kind of like an olive green. And then the stars, I swapped out and stitched those metallic, like acrylic. So yeah, so I was excited. And you know, that's another thing too, is when that was all done, that's really not that big, but it took me a long time from when I got the pattern. I got it about half done, and then I kind of set it aside. So when I was about a month and a half ago, I kind of like was like, hey, I got to get back into the swing of things. And I really meant to tape on Thanksgiving Day, but that didn't happen. But so I started picking up things that were 3/4 finished. I was surprised at how much I got done. So that was also on my WIPGO board. And then this was another that was on my WIPGO board. I probably started this probably at least 10 years ago, at least. Whenever I'll have to look and see when the pattern first came out. But I finally finished Bent Creek Noah's Ark Mantle. So this was stitched on the 18 count linen. And I think I just used the called for threads, but then I just added, I added different buttons than what it was called for. So yeah, so I was excited to have that one done. So I'll need to get that framed. That's the next one. The next video I'm gonna do, you know, wait till you guys see the closet. You know, just when I think that I'm getting ahead on framing, not even close. I went through there the other day and I'm like, this is so sad. Like, these need to get framed and get up on the wall. But like I said, one of the problems that I have in my house is that I'm limited on wall space. It's just the way that the house is designed. It just doesn't naturally have a lot of wall space. So I miss my old house that had like the big stairway wall and then all kinds of rooms. There was like a great room upstairs that I could hang things to like my discretion, but not so much here. But yeah, and I think that was all. I'll have to double check. That was all that was on my WIPGO board. I have one other one that I can't show yet because it's going to be a Christmas present. My family Christmas is going to be this next weekend. I'm going to be going home. So I have a bunch of things that I can kind of show that I made for gifts this year, but not this one because they'll probably see it before I get home. So yeah, so I'm going to end up having, tomorrow I'm going to have to go to the post office and mail a big box home because I want to just be able to take a carry-on onto the plane and not worry about checked luggage. So the next thing I think I'll move on is to all of the finishes, just the cross-stitch finishes, and then I'll kind of move on to the frame stuff. So I am still working on, from 𝗪𝗡𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗪𝗪, the monthlies from last year, I think they were. So I finished September and it's all pinned out. I haven't pinned it to the back yet, but it's pinned on the foam core. So I have September done. And then you kind of can't see, but on this shelf, I still have 3 more months left to go. I have to stitch October, November, December, and January, I think something like that. No, I have November done, so just December and January. So I'm almost finished. I was really hoping to still get December done before December's finished, so then I can clear that off my WIPGO board. So yeah, those are so fun. I'll have to look. I'm not sure if she's doing like a monthly series every year or not, but I really enjoyed stitching on these. So I just need to get them finished up and framed up. And then a couple more from that series that I finished, because I didn't start stitching these until I found them in April of last year, I think. So I finished March, but I still haven't pinned that out yet. So there was March. I love that one with the little frog. And then I did finish November, and this one's so cute with the raccoon. So just still need to pin those out. So hopefully we'll get those pinned out and framed before the end of the year. I'll go on a little framing spree with my time off and vacation from work. And then I finished another one from 𝗪𝗧𝗪𝗏, and this was I'm not completely sure. I'll put the names down here, but like the butterfly dreamer. So that one was a pattern that was included with one of her stitch alongs that I haven't finished yet. So, but yeah, that one came out really cute too. And the only substitution I made was behind, it's hard to see, but I'll post it on Instagram. Behind the butterflies, I used beads instead of cross stitches, but otherwise 2 patterns. So got that one done. So like I said, sometimes I think in the last 6 months, like, where'd all the time go? But when I look back at my stitching, I'm like, well, I got a few things done. So, but the next one, this was from a hardcover book, and it's from 𝗪𝗡𝗪𝗚𝗓. And I'll have to look and see what year it came from, but I'll put everything in the description for everybody looking for it. But this was from Stitchy Kitty, and I love her patterns. I don't think she's designing anymore. I've asked around to a couple people to, because I wasn't sure if she just retired or stopped designing, but I really love her designs. So this one is Feliz Navidad, and of course, Stitch for the dogs. So I'm not sure how I'll frame this one yet. Probably something cute with like, maybe some like little gifts or maybe those little candies or something, but that one came out really cute. Just want to put that in our little Christmas. I have a little Christmas section for the dogs. So, and I wasn't sure if I showed this one before, but I'll show it again really quick. It was in the pile, so I wasn't sure. But this was from Lizzie Kate, and it's Love My Dog, but I just added an S, and then I put the dog's name, and then I got this little charm off of eBay, and it says Good Dog in the little thing. So and I kind of, it's hard to see, but I stenciled some little white bones on the pattern. That's really easy to do. Just take a piece of acetate. You could probably even use, like if you had a Cricut machine, and some either stencil paper or clear contact paper. You could probably cut out a pattern and then just lay it over your fabric really good and dry stencil. But yeah, there's a lot of ways you can do that, but it came out really cute. So there's that one. And then here's some leftover from Halloween. I joined in the Halloween stitch along for Amy, sorry if I say this wrong, Brukin. And it was We Are All a Little Baddie Here. And I'm almost done. I have the whole top and middle done. And I still have to add the buttons. So I just have like 2 more characters on the bottom row. So I'm so close. But this is on 40 count Kermit. So I'm trying to like stitch now, like on the lowest count that I can to try and keep some of these projects from getting too big, because like I said, I've kind of dedicated one hallway in our house to Halloween, and it's already pretty much filled up. So I don't know what I'm going to do, if I'm going to have to rotate things or what, but yeah, so I'm super excited to get this one done, but I'll pick this one up probably back after the first of the year. These stitch up really fast, like those one little sections, like if I just took probably a couple days, but I say that every time, every time I pick up one of these, like, hey, there's only like a couple days worth of stitching. What am I waiting for? I don't know. Christmas, I guess. But this one, as soon as I saw this pattern, I had to have it. But, and I'll, like I said, I'll put links to everything in the description box. But as soon as I saw this, I had to stitch it. It's Bury Me With My Needle. And it's kind of hard to see like the whole thing. And honestly, I can't remember what count I did this on. I think it's 36. But as soon as I saw it, I had to have it. I think I posted this already on my Instagram. But yeah, everything got pushed aside and I busted this out. I don't know how long it took me. I probably worked on this for 3 weeks or so. But that was like steady at night because I was just in the mood and really excited. But the only changes that I made on this one was under the birds were little skulls, and I just changed them to flowers. So, but otherwise I stitched it as it was. But yeah, so just another one to add to the framing pile. But yeah, I have a bunch of those that I keep looking through my patterns and I'm like, oh, I need to stitch that. But I really want to start focusing on getting more of those whips from my WIPGO board last year. I'm going to do it again this year, but hopefully be a little bit more dedicated to it. But we'll see. You know, the best laid plans. But, and then this is the other pattern that I got. I'm only, I would say about half done, I guess. Not even half done, but that as soon as I saw it, I wanted to start on it, but it's from 𝗙𝗥𝗘𝗘 Trick-or-Treat. And I'm doing mine all together on one, and I think this is 36 count, but I chose kind of like a dark brown fabric, but I have all the borders in. So the border's done, and I just started down there on that bottom corner. Not for any reason other than I just decided to start there. But yeah, the border's done. So to me, that was like the most like tedious part, was like, because you know how that is when you start stitching a border, you start going around and you hope that it meets when it gets to the other side. So everything went according to plan. I didn't have to fudge any of that. So I was super excited about that. But yeah, so this one will be one I'll just kind of sit to the side for right now and probably pick up closer to Halloween, and along with the other like probably 10 Halloween projects that I have been kind of started and need to be picked back up. So yeah, so there's that. And then like I said, I have some Christmas gifts that I'll show. I'm going to tape one probably right before I leave, and I'll post it right when I'm in Michigan or something to show all the Christmas gifts that I made. But so now I'll move on to, that's pretty much all the finishes that I had. I don't see anymore. Oh, and I forgot to show you it, the berry, I don't know why I didn't say that. Bury Me From My Needle is from Lindy Stitches. So that was that pattern. Sorry about that. I was like, I knew I had something else to show. But, and then I'll show really quick. So this was a cross stitch rescue, and I can't believe how this worked out. So I got this, someone had finished it already. It was like they finished the stitching. It was the Noah's Ark clock, but they had left it unmounted. So I rescued it. And can you believe, like, I got this clock, it's an actual clock from Hobby Lobby, but I took out the whatever was in there before and then used foam core, but I used the clock assembly. But I mean, when I say like it fit perfectly, it fit perfectly for this. I was so excited to get this finished. And I had thought about originally when I had it apart, I'm like, oh, probably should paint the frame, but I'm kind of like happy that I left it unpainted and left it its natural wood. But yeah, that couldn't have worked out more perfect. So that was my rescue. So now it can join all of its other Noah's Ark friends back there. So yeah, and then I was at Hobby Lobby one day, probably for no apparent reason, but you know, do you ever really need a reason to go shopping for craft stuff? So I always try to hit they always have a section that has like discounted stuff, but that they have either banged up frames, or sometimes I think people order a custom frame and either they ordered the wrong one or the wrong size or whatever, so they're discounted. So it's always a great place to look because, especially if you have the ability to do so, like I have one that I'm going to show that I have pinned out. It's this huge frame, and when I say huge, it's definitely, I would say it's probably at least 56 inches wide and probably 48 inches wide. Like when I say it's huge, like probably as long as my arms apart. And it was marked down to clearance for $70. And yeah, that's not cheap, but when it's like, I would say it's probably at least 3 inches wide. It's like a goldish, silverish, metallic frame. It's really pretty. But I can probably cut that down to maybe at least 2 different frames, and maybe even 3, depending on what I'm going to use like the leftover parts for. But part of it I'm going to use for is, I got the 𝗙𝗟𝗢𝗦 advent calendar that I stitched forever ago, finally pinned out, and I was like, you know what, that would be the perfect frame for that. So I'm going to try and get that framed up for Christmas. But yeah, so if you think about it, divide it in half, that's only $35 for like a really quality frame. So yeah, so anyway, so while I was there, I had got this frame, and I picked it up only because it was marked down to $12, and I thought, I really like it and I can use it for something. And I got it home, and can you believe it completely perfectly fits the Prairie Schooler Noah's Ark that needed to be framed. So I was so excited. I don't know if you can kind of see, it's kind of like, it's a brown frame, but it's rubbed, so those little like beads kind of look kind of metallic, but then they're kind of like, it's rustic too. But it's the exact perfect shade of like the grayish, brownish black that is stitched in the art. So I was like, and I was thinking about actually like making this kind of like a fillet and adding a frame around it, but the more I kept thinking about it, I'm like, my wall space, I'll probably just leave it just like this. But I couldn't believe it, like it was made for this picture. So now I just need to put it back on it and get it hung up. But I'm like, yay, another arc off the pile that I finally get to hang up and finish. And then I'll show, I might have showed this on frame before, but I finally pinned out, it was 𝗪𝗡𝗪𝗣𝗠's advent calendar. So I finally got that pinned out. And like I said, I have the frame, and it's kind of hard to see, but the fabric that I used, it's the metallic. So it has like the silver metallic. And I'm so glad it's perfect for this pattern because it kind of matches like that color that's in those natural buttons. But I stitched this. I don't think I dated this. I finished this many years ago, and I'm kind of glad because the more I kept looking at it, I was like, my eyes could probably not stitch on this metallic now. Not even with a, maybe with a magnifier, but I don't know how I did it. But yeah, so this one's almost ready to go, so that can go up on my Christmas wall with my other advent calendars. So I was excited to get that pinned out. And then, I think I showed this on my Instagram finish, but this was another one that as soon as I saw this pattern, I had to stitch it. But this was from Mama Stitch Witch. And I don't remember off the top of my head the name of the pattern, but I loved this pattern. So I got this frame. I wanted an oval. And this frame actually came from a seller in the Ukraine because I've never tried to make my own oval frame before. And I'm going to probably try it now that I have a good router and a good routing table. But I don't know, the router, that's one of the tools that always scares me the most. I don't know why, but it does. But so I ordered this frame, and I'm going to end up painting it. I'm not sure what color yet, and then I'll probably add some carved details to it. But I haven't really exactly, it's kind of sat like this in this state, so I pinned it out and got him ready to go in the frame. But yeah, he came out so cute. I love this pattern. It kind of reminds me of like a detective frog or something. So yeah, so that was another finish. And then this is one. I'll show these two. These are both from 𝗪𝗡𝗓𝗏, and they're kind of smaller patterns, and they're from the Primitive in Punch Needle Cross Stitch magazine. I get the online, I get the digital version. I used to get the hard copies, but now I just do digital just because I'm running out of space. so it works out okay. But this was from Halloween. This was the little witch, and I got this frame at Hobby Lobby on clearance for, I don't even remember what. It was cheap, maybe like $6, $7. But I'm probably going to put something on the inside though. I'm probably going to add like some sort of wood fillet just because it's just a little bit too big. But then maybe add like some of these flowers. So I'll kind of like carve like a little fillet with maybe flowers and stars to add to it. So this one's kind of sat in limbo too. Just, this stuff is piling up on me. It's bad. And when I tape the next one, you'll see what I mean. When I show you the closet of finishes, I look in there and I'm like, it's so sad. Like, I stitched this Noah's Ark stocking that's like this long, and I finished that when my husband was in Korea. So that's almost 4 years ago. So yeah, I need to get this stuff. I need to do a lot of things, but this is the other one. This was like a strawberry girl from the same magazine, I think. And so I finished her, and then I got this on clearance at Hobby Lobby too. It's just a frame that has like a saying on it, but I thought, oh, you know what, that'd be cute instead of having like something that hangs up on the wall. So what I'm gonna do is pin it out on something like about that shape, and either add like a border around it. And then I was thinking it would be cute to like make some little hooks, kind of like how it's the key thing, and maybe carve some like strawberries to hang on there. So that's the idea for that one. So that one will just go on the pile too. But I love these because they stitch up so fast. So just kind of like little cute tabletop decorations. So yeah, I picked up a whole bunch of those things on clearance at Hobby Lobby. And I also got this. This had a piece of glass in it, but it was broken, so it was in the markdown section. I honestly think I only paid like $2 or $3 for this. But I have to find something cute. So I was trying to find something maybe that had like a maybe a Christmas theme, or like a little like village or town. I'm not sure yet, or maybe I'll have to design something to go in there, like a little freebie or something. But yeah, but I was just like, I could use that for something, right? So yeah, so that came home with me too, and that's sitting back there. And then these I probably showed. I'm not sure if I showed these on Instagram that I finished. This was a heart and hand finish. Like, again, I'll have to put the name. I should have made a list, and I didn't. I just needed to get Flosstube tape, so I kind of just jumped in today. So it's kind of all haphazard, so I apologize for that. It seems very, very scattered. I was like, am I even gonna remember how to do this? But her heart and hand, it was a little bunny, and I actually finished this like right at Easter time. But I was trying to like pull a bunch of little patterns that I'm trying to get finished. But yeah, so I stitched this over one on, I think this is, oh no, over two on 46 count. I don't remember, but I did it over one. Can't remember the count, but so I made it little. So I'll probably just have this like sit up on an easel, or I bought one of those tiered trays. Everybody's kind of doing trays, but I really don't have a lot to put in them yet, so eventually. And then this is an old kit. I think this is a Dimensions kit, but I've had this stitched forever and a day too, but finally just framed it. And this is kind of like in a cherry, like mahogany kind of frame, but it's just a little Noah's Ark. Like I said, I have all these Ark things finished, but nothing is framed up too. So yeah, so next, these are two finishes. And I'll put a link to our Etsy store below, but these frames, I think I've talked about these before, that I got them online, and they only ended up being like $20 a piece. It was a closeout frame, but I just love, they're so pretty. They're kind of metallic. But this was like the ABC bunnies, and then the one that went with it, I stitched two. I'm gonna put these in one of my, I think I'm gonna put these in my spare bedroom or bathroom. But they came out so cute, and I did these also on 46 count. I think it's 46 count over one or two. I can't even remember. Over two, I think. So yeah, so I'm so excited to get those two done. Then put some pretty paper on the back. So these all still need hangers, so I need to do that too. So yeah, so a whole pile of framing and a whole pile of finishes. And like I said, next time that I tape, I'm going to show you the closet to show you like how much stuff that I have to frame and finish off. And I've, over like the last 6 months, I've rescued a whole bunch of cross stitches too, not just Noah's Ark stuff, but other stuff too that I was like, oh, you know, like I like to cherish what other people have stitched, but I like, you know, like wanted to make it nice. So, but yeah, so the other thing I'm going to show really quick. So, for 2022, I'm going to do another WIPGO board. So I kind of got that all set up. And like a lot of people, I have one of those 3-tiered rolling carts. And when I say it's full, it's full. So I have a couple things that I'm working on right now. These are all the Christmas presents that still need to get pinned out. But yeah, just like how much stuff that I need to pin out. So like, I'll just start showing some of this stuff. Like this was from last year. I still have to finish pinning out that. This was a frame that I rescued from the Goodwill store. An old Noah's Ark, an old Bent Creek. There's just so much, like an Ark. But here's all this stuff that I have pinned out. This was a Lizzie Kate Happy Easter pinned out. So I've just kind of just been grabbing things out of the closet and at least getting them pinned out. And these are a couple that I designed that I'll show later. This was a Noah's Ark that I finished probably last year sometime. And then Barbara Anna is all the like Halloween Dreamer girl. She's already pinned out to go. And this was from an old I think just Cross Stitch magazine, but it was a Noah's Ark ABC. And yeah, waiting. And here's this is a reframe. It just needs to be reframed. But this was an Alma Lynn, like the Noah's Ark collector. Yep. And then this was actually a rescue. And I have to look up to see who it came from. But this was a rescue. So it just needs a wash and press and then a pin out. And then that was another one. This is actually another rescue. I was so excited. It's beautiful stitching. The back is so neat. But I was so excited for this one. So, and whoever stitched it, Joanne, it came to a good home. Has lots of loving other arcs to join on with. This is one my stepmom stitched, Art Collector, to go with the other Alma Lynn. So just more stuff that needs to be pinned out. Oh yeah, it's an endless pile. then I got these patterns. It's on Etsy. It's a designer from overseas, but I have to finish, and I forgot that I started these, but this was spring, and like I said, I'll put the name below, but I still have to dig out the patterns and start stitching the other seasons. And I was like, why did I forget that I started these? But I did. So they're in my pile too. And then last but not least, my Christmas gnomes from 𝗪𝗡𝗪𝗑 that I'm still really going to try and get framed before Christmas, along with the advent calendar. And I have a couple more advent calendars to get framed too. But I want to try and carve some little gnomes to go, like, to sit by the frame or whatever. So that'll be the idea for that one. But yeah, can you see how this pile, this is just like, it's ridiculous. And like I said, it doesn't end. But I'm sure all of you, there's many people that can empathize with my problem here, right? But yeah, so I've got WIPGO all ready to go. So and I'll go through these on another video, just to kind of go over my WIPGO plans to show what I didn't get finished from last year that's going to carry over from this year. But like I said, I was excited to, like, at least when I looked at my board, I was like, you know, it wasn't horrible. I got to mark off quite a few squares of things. Like I said, that Bent Creek arc had been waiting like a long time. So I was excited to finally see that done. And now, like I said, now it's just joining the other pile of waiting to get framed. But, you know, do what you can do. But yeah, so I got my 3-tier cart all ready to go, all organized. I just use like the Ziploc bags from like wherever. I think I got these on Amazon. It was a pretty good price, but that just helps keep me organized. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. It's a lot, but not a lot. But it's nice to be back. It was fun to, like I said, I know it's kind of like haphazard. That was kind of like all over the place today, but I was just super excited to just get in here and do it. So I was like, let me go do my hair really quick. Yeah, so I don't look like a ragamuffin, and just go sit down and do it. So it's nice to be back. I missed like everybody. So a little bonus, comment below if you would like, I would love to pass on my patterns. They're gently used. Like I said, the hands-on design woof still has the wool in the back, so it's the pattern plus that. And then if anybody wants the Bury Me With My Needle, I probably won't be able to mail these out until I get back from Michigan. But yeah, if you would like a chance to get one of these and want to stitch it, just leave your name below, and then I'll do like a random drawing and send it out to whoever wants it. So yeah, I'll kind of do that to like pass along some of my old patterns and stuff that I finished up. I have more, but these are the first 2 that were handy, so and then it won't be so hard for me to keep track. So yeah, just comment below if you'd like to win the Bury Me With My Needle from Lindy Stitches or the Black Party Wolf from Hands On Design. And then like I said, I hope to to put out another video right before I leave for Michigan, and then I'll be there for about 5 days or so, and then I'll be home in time for Christmas and kind of that whirlwind of Christmas and New Year's, and then maybe we can start 2023 all over with a new plan. But yeah, so like I said, I'll kind of cover some more things in the next couple of videos. But thanks for tuning in. I know it's like amazing that I'm here, but I'm so happy to have like just taken the plunge and kind of blew off the dust and did it again. So anyways, I hope everyone is doing great. Share with me below like what's been going on in your life, so I can kind of catch up with everybody. And again, I apologize if I didn't respond to anybody, or if I missed getting back to you. Please like reach out. I'm good at apologizing and good at taking scoldings. As hard as it can be sometimes. So anyways, I hope everyone is doing good. Go stitch something wonderful, and until next time, bye.